Check. One, one, one.
Welcome, Vike fans, to another edition of Reaction to Action. This week, the Texans came to town, and so did a bunch of Vike fans for a tailgate and a day before gathering. Both were a good time, and you should have been there if you weren't. And if you were, nice meeting you. Getting together with people who have the same love for the Vikings is an awesome thing. I highly recommend everyone who can attend a Vike fans event to do so. They are a lot of fun. And if you can attend a game in that new stadium this year, I would do that as well. It's nice, and you lose your voice, as you can tell. Like I said, just a great bunch of people, and it was a blast at the tailgate, and it was a blast the day before gathering. It was just so much fun. Yeah. Once again, I'm terrible with names. I'm not going to try to mention everybody because I'll forget somebody, and I don't want to do that. So if I met you, nice meeting you. Had a good time. And if not, I'll see you next time. Okay, on to the game, which I attended. Man, that stadium is nice. Section 344, row 7. Thank you very much. Houston kicks the ball, and Patterson returns it 17 yards. The Vikings start this drive at their 16-yard line. First down is an incomplete to McKinnon. Second down, McKinnon is tackled for a 1-yard loss, but a flag on Clowney for offsides. Second and 5, Patterson catches for 7 yards. First and 10, McKinney goes for 8. Second and 2, McKinney goes for 8.
There's deja vu. First
and 10, McKinney goes for a -2. Second and 12, and Bradford hits Thielen for 23 yards.
Hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah chaka.
First and 10, Asiata goes for -1. Second and 11, Bradford hits Thielen for a 36-yard touchdown.
I'm hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing.
Great route by Adam and just a great throw by Bradford. I could really get used to this. Extra point is good, and it's 0-7 Vikings. Houston starts at their 17 after the kickoff and return. First and 10, short pass for 3 yards. Second and 7 is incomplete. Third and 7 is incomplete. And I'd like to mention the crowd is really loud, and it was awesome. I mean, I got some clips that I took of the game, but you know, they're from far away, but you can see them trying to communicate back and forth. It's pretty funny. Okay, they punt. I can start this drive at the 45. First and 10 is short pass to Patterson for 8 yards. Well, short pass, and he took it for 8 yards. Yeah, you know. Second and 2, McKinnon goes for 5. First and 10, Bradford overthrows deep to Thielen. Second and 10, McKinnon goes for 4 yards. Third and 6, and Bradford hits Asiata out of the backfield, and he takes it for 23 yards. First and 10, there's a flag on Houston for 12 men on the field. First and 5, McKinnon goes for 8. First and goal, McKinnon goes for 1. Second and goal from the 1, and Asiata gets stuffed. Penalty for a face mask, though, so it gives us another first and goal at the 1. Or half, you know, whatever. Asiata up the gut for a touchdown.
Touchdown!
Touchdown Vikings. 0-14 Vikings. Houston starts at the 25. Miller goes for 1. Then Miller goes for 4. Timeout. It's too noisy. Meh. Third and 5. Incomplete pass. They punt. Drive starts on the 8 due to a penalty. Vikings managed to back up to their 1-yard line before punting. Just to make it interesting, I guess. I did not like that idea at all. Houston ends up with a great field position after an 18-yard return, and they start on the Vikings' 38-yard line. The defense gives up 5 yards and forces them into a 51-yard field goal try. It's no good. Vikings take over and move the ball down to the Texans' 1-yard line, and on a 4th and 1, Walsh makes a 19-yarder. A lot of people wanted them to go for it, but yeah, take the points. And that makes it 0-17 Vikings. And I read the score that way because it's the home team is always last. That's just an explanation. You know who you are. Texans start at their 21, and the Vikings D forces a 3-and-out. Texans punt for 57 yards, and Marcus Sherrills returns it for a touchdown.
Touchdown!
79 yards, touchdown Vikings. 0-24 Vikings, or 24-0 Vikings. That does sound a lot better, I understand, but...
Learn the rules!
Texans start the next drive at their 25. First and 10, a short pass for 6. Second and 4, and there's a pass interference called on Rhodes. 34-yard penalty. Refs are trying to help them back into this game because they're not getting back in by themselves. First and 10, Osweiler sacked by B-Rob. Second and 16, pass incomplete. Third and 16, pass to Miller for 12. Osweiler is sacked, but the refs give him the first down with a defensive holding call. First and 10 from the 24, and a D holds him to a field goal. 3-24 Vikings. Vikings offense is kind of tired and executes a 3-and-out just to get some rest. Locke nails a 35-yard punt, too. Houston starts at their own 46. First and 10 is a short pass for 5. Second and 5, and Miller goes for 4. Third and 1, and Kendricks knocks away another pass attempt. Fourth and 1, and Griffin sacks Osweiler and forces a fumble and recovered by Shamar. Flag, offsides. The replay shows Griffin leaving as the ball is snapped. But, whatever. Zebras. First and 10, and C.J. Fedorowicz has the reception for 9. Second and 1, and Miller goes for 4. First and 10, another Fedorowicz catch, and the Texans are at our 12. First and 10, and B-Rob pressures, and it's incomplete. Second and 10, Osweiler steps up to throw, and Barr hits him, and it's incomplete. Third and 10, Osweiler has happy feet, and it's incomplete. Vikings defense is controlling this game. It's just so much fun to see. It's awesome. And yeah, the crowd really helped out with the noise. I was very, very happy to be part of that. Fourth and 10, 30-yard field goal try, and it's good. 6-24 Vikings at the half. Texans get the ball to start the second half, and they start at their 31-yard line. First and 10, incomplete pass deep due to pressure. Second and 10, and Brian sacks Brock again. Well, this time he strips the ball, but it's recovered by the Texans. Third and 12, short pass for 6 yards, Texans punt. Vikings start this drive at their own 21. On first and 10, Bradford hits Thielen for 31 yards.
I can't stop this feeling.
First and 10, McKinnon goes for -1. Second and 11, and there's a false start. Second and 16, McKinnon goes for 1. Third and 15, Rice gets 11, but TJ Clemens is flagged for a face mask. Third and 30, Asiata goes for 6. Punt. To this point, the Texans have a total of 71 yards. We're in the third quarter. They have a total of 71 yards on the offense. 5 out of 7 drives have been 3-and-out drives. Your team just sucks. That's so funny. First and 10, and Miller goes for 1. Second and 9, incomplete deep pass. Third and 9, deep over the middle, and it's picked off by Sendeo.
Yes.
Vikings ball. But our offense doesn't convert it into points. They do gain enough yards that Locke pins them at their 9 with his punt. Brock moves them down to the 30 before Tom Johnson sacks him on a 3rd and 9, and they go for it on a 4th and 16. Our D gives up 4 yards. We take over on downs. That was awesome. Awesome, dude. Vikings start at their 35. McKinnon goes for 2. Wright makes a catch for 7, and Asiata gets 5 on a 3rd and 1. First and 10, and Bradford hits Rudy for 14. First and 10 again, and Bradford hits Asiata for 3, and then he hits Thielen for 6. On 3rd and 1, Bradford hits Asiata again for 20 on another swing pass out of the backfield. End of the quarter. First and goal at the 8, and McKinnon goes for a -1. Second and goal, and Bradford hits Patterson for a touchdown. Great catch by Patterson.
Touchdown.
6-31 Vikings. On the next possession, the Texans move the ball to the Vikings 47 before Hunter sacks Osweiler for a -12 on 3rd and 2. That's just going the wrong way. Okay. Texans punt. The offense of the Texans are probably going to think about this. Vikings take 3 minutes off the clock before punting it back. Texans start at their 25, and it takes them a little over 4 minutes to get the ball down to our 1-yard line. Brock hits Hopkins for a 1-yard touchdown. With 3:48 left in the game, the Vikings now lead by...
How much?
18. I'm not saying it wasn't a good game, but it was very clear that the Vikings were the superior team from the start. We owned the Texans on every facet of the game, and the crowd noise owned them as well. It was just a beatdown. Osweiler will be seeing Zimmer unleash his D whenever he closes his eyes. Back to the game. Vikings run the clock out, and the Texans cannot stop them, either with timeouts or, on the field. Vikings win. End of the game, and the Vikings are... once again, I'd like to say thanks for the tailgate. That was a great time. I'm glad I made it. Wish I could have stayed longer, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Next week is a bye week, so I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with this show next week. I may run I may take a week off. I may run a blooper reel, which there are plenty of. Next game is versus the Eagles at the Eagles. Should be a good game. Should be really interesting. It's probably going to be a primetime game because it'll be so important because they're both teams are, you know, we're undefeated, but now we are the only undefeated team because we are. So, until next time, I'm Berserker88, your Vike fans, Skol Viking.